Well, as we move on, the Duke of Sussex has shut down speculation about whether he'll ever move back to the UK.
For more, we're joined by entertainment editor Peter Ford. G'day, Pete. What has Prince Harry shared?
Well, he's had a lot to say. This was a 25-minute, what's being described as an interview session run by the New York Times. I didn't think it was much of an interview. He really wasn't challenged at all in the fairly sweeping statements and announcements that he made. It seemed to me to be a very controlled environment to suit him. But nonetheless, he made some very interesting points. I suppose one of the big takeaways was the fact he has no desire at all to move back to the UK. He didn't actually discuss the royal family per se, but I guess that was by extension and all the speculation that's gone on about is he ever going to rejoin the working member of the royal family, and he seemed to be closing that one down. He also wanted to shut down any discussion that's been going on about the state of his marriage to Meghan Markle. There's been a lot, particularly the last few months, when they have both undertaken a number of solo engagements at a professional level. Is that an indicator of any kind of problem? And he insists not, and he says he actually feels really sorry for what he describes as trolls online who really do want to discuss and debate the state of that marriage. And of course, as always, he went on to talk about how terrible the British press is and the tabloid media, and how his mother would be so supportive of what he's doing by taking them on. What he never seems to accept is that his late mother did actually collaborate with a lot of people in the media. She used the media to her own advantage, but she also would be very critical of them when she felt they'd gone too far. So yet another outlet for Prince Harry to say what he wants to think and not be challenged.
OK. Well, the trailer for Jamie Foxx's comeback special has dropped, Pete.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because you might recall back in April of last year, we got the reports that he was seriously ill in hospital, although the details were very, very vague. And eventually he got out of hospital. I think it was about 5 or 6 weeks after going in, but he's never actually specified what the problem was. Now, earlier this year, he did talk to a group of fans and he said to them that he actually had 20 days that he has no memory of. Whether he was in some kind of comatose state, we don't know. But we might soon find out, because he's done a special which is about to drop, and the whole premise of the special is this is what happened, and he will obviously, as good comedians and writers do, you mine what you know and what you've lived, and in his case, he's going to mine that medical episode, serious as it was, and turn it into a comedy special. Here is a little bit of the trailer. And that indeed is the name of the special, What Happened Was. So we will finally get to find out what it was. And thankfully, obviously, he's back on board again.
Very interesting. Now, up our alleys here, Pete, so you know we love a good Broadway show. There's an open casting call for a major Broadway role. What is it?
Yeah, this is the Dolly Parton musical, which we knew was happening. It'll happen in 2026, opening on Broadway, and now they're having a search for someone to play Dolly. And there seems to be no reason why any people in Australia can't enter this competition, if you like, the audition process to find someone to play Dolly. And of course, when they do this, they will be looking not just for a person, they'll be obviously looking for understudies, they'll be looking for other people who can go in a touring production of it, and potentially even international productions. So I've gone to the application form, and there is certainly in the terms and conditions nothing to say that an Australian can't enter this. Obviously, you have to be able to find the essence of Dolly. You should be able to sing like Dolly, and in fact, here is Dolly Parton herself explaining a little bit about the process. And that is quite rare that it is open to amateurs and professionals. Normally, with a Broadway show, certainly you've got to have some experience and be a union member, etc., before you can do that. So, as I say, it seems to be open to anybody. If you are under 18, you have to have parental permission to do it, and you simply got to upload a 1-minute video of yourself showing that you can be Dolly.
Did you say before that you've filled out your application form, Pete? Is that what you said?
No, I went through the process of doing it, but I didn't actually send it in.
Took a look.
I don't think I'll be shortlisted.
I think you'd look great.
There's a million and one Dolly Parton tribute acts around the world. You have to think they would all be putting their hands up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're kind of halfway there when you've got to have a look, and most people can create that look, but you've also then got to be able to find the essence of Dolly and
Dolly
sing.
magic.
X factor.
Yeah,
the Dolly magic. Thank you, Pete. We'll check in with you a bit later in the show.